Okay, so welcome back to part 3 of the tutorial video for the mock exam. So far we have set up our template page and we have then already shown you how to change the image size and the image format using iPhoto. I've also shown you how to do the rollover image for the brochure, and we've also done the box on the About Us page with the background colour and the school trips image with the text wrap. So we're about to move on to do the how to find us section. Before I move on to that, I want to just show you some formatting that I want to do on my buttons, because what I started to do was, as I had this main content area of the page, it was stretching my buttons on the left hand side, making them bigger slowly and surely, and I didn't want it to do that. So what I've done to this About Us page is I've actually added an extra spare row underneath the Home, About Us and Activities, so that this row is completely white and it expands, so it gets bigger, so the buttons don't have to. And I've locked the row heights of the buttons by setting a height in the table row section of my code for each one. So I'll just show you how I did that. Now obviously if I had thought ahead more, I would have done this in the template section. That way I wouldn't have to do it again for each one. But what I can do is I can resave the junior and treetops ones with this, because I haven't done any formatting to those yet, but I'm going to have to do it again for activities and for the home page. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Essentially what I want to do is I want to add a new row underneath these ones here. So I'm going to highlight these rows. I'm just going to right click over it and I'm going to go to table and I'm going to select insert row. The only problem I get is that I grab the row above. Okay, so I just want to move these sections up and make sure that I keep the appropriate colour for the appropriate button. Okay, so my activities button should be that lovely yellow. So I'm just going to copy that across. Paste that there. Yeah, check that that's worked. And my About Us button, if I just check the colour from my other section, yeah, it should be that lovely orange. Copy and pop that in here in the code. Okay. Then I can remove the colour of this bottom one, because I don't need that to have a colour at all, because that's going to be my sort of invisible column. That's going to be the one that's going to grow along with this content here. So then I'm just going to lock these cell heights as they are. So Home, About Us and Activities. If I go to Home, I'm looking for the table row for Home. There it is. And I'm going to add a height equals 50. I want to use speech marks for that. And that just means that it won't expand any bigger than that. So I can do the same for the About Us, for the table row, height equals 50, and also for the Activities, height equals 50. Okay, so I'll just test and see what that looks like. So Command and Save. I'm just going to open that up in Google Chrome. So I have my nice bigger buttons. I've made them a little bit bigger. And this box here is the one that will expand, but I won't be able to see it at all, because what I'm also going to do is I'm going to remove the table borders now, so I can't see them. So again, if I'd have thought ahead, I probably would have done this in the template stage, so I don't have to do it for every page. So you can make sure that you get that sorted. So once I'm happy with this, I'm then going to File and save it as the index, and then I'm going to save as. I'm going to change its name to Tree Tops, and it will say, you already have a page called Tree Tops. Do you want to replace it? And yes, I do, because it's got a slight update now. And again, save as, and this one is Junior. And again, save, yes, replace. Okay, so now my index, my About Us, my Tree Tops, and my Junior are all fine. I still have to do the Activities one, so I'll do that real quick, just here. table, insert row below. Yep, okay, there we go. Just drag these up. 1, 2, 3. So where's the activities colour? This one here. The orange should be the colour for About Us, paste. And the yellow, which is up there, that colour should be on this one. There we go, and this one should not have a colour. Perfect. And again, just the heights. So table row, height equals 50. Table row, height equals 50. And table row, height equals 50. There we go. And what I gain from this, obviously, is the consistency, but it also shows you that you can easily go back and edit things in the template that maybe you didn't think about first time round. It's not too late to fix things, especially if you're going to be improving the view of your content in order to improve your mark. I'll take the border off this page as well, so no border there. So Junior had no border, yeah, tree pots, no borders, no borders, perfect. Okay, so we're ready to move on now. So I'm just going to refer to the instruction booklet, and the next one is to insert the How to Find Us bitmap onto the About Us page. The inserted image should be in PNG format and it must be less than 250 kilobytes. The How to Find Us bitmap image can be found in the Images folder. Perfect, okay, so I'm just going to go into my Dreamweaver. Now I've already changed my How to Find Us into a PNG image that's less than 250 kilobytes. I did that when I showed you how to resize and rechange the image files. So that was in tutorial 2. So if you don't know how to do that or can't remember, watch back tutorial 2 please. So for now, in the in the activities page. Was it in the activities page? Let me double check. Where's that supposed to go? Oh no, on the About Us page. So it is on the About Us page. Okay. You don't want to do geography quizzes. Okay, so on the About Us page. Here we go. There's the About Us page. And I'm going to bring in my PNG image for my How to Find Us. There we go. There's my How to Find Us. Now, what does my instructions say? So, inserted image should be in PNG format. Yes, it is. Less than 250 kilobytes. Yes, it is. We know where it is. Okay, all working. The one thing it doesn't tell me is it doesn't tell me about the size of the image. So you can resize the image if you wish. The important thing is that the image is readable. If you have text on an image and you resize it so it's not legible, then that image will lose your marks. It counts the same as distorting an image if it's not legible. I might make this one a little bit bigger because I do think that writing's a little bit difficult to read. So I'm going to do that in the properties bar, remember, with this little lock tool here. Not a huge amount bigger, maybe just go for 350 wide. Yeah, it's not too bad because I also don't want to make it fuzzy or pixelate. I am going to, at this stage, remember to add my alt text. How to Find Us map. And I'm also going to align this text here, this picture rather, to the right of the page. So after that, I'm going to add the tag align equals right. Okay. And I may well put this a right align before the body. I'm actually going to move it so that it's not inside this particular row. So I'm just looking for where my table starts. Okay, there it is. So I'm just going to pick up this part of the table here. I'm just going to move that to underneath the picture in the code. And what that should do is it should allow the picture, I can do it the other way around actually, pick the picture up and move it, that's easier. What that should actually do is it should allow the picture to sit next to the box rather than beneath it like that. So I'm just going to pick that up and place it there. That's what I want to do. Yeah, there we go. So now I have them next to one another, the images right aligned. And remember that worked exactly the same as the image here in this box. So when you're aligning things and you want them to sit next to each other, the rule of the object that has been aligned should appear first in the code. So when you're thinking about things like that, you can literally just scroll over something, pick it up and move it in the code to the right point. You just need to be really careful as to where the code opens and closes for that section. So do always sort of like highlight that box and think to yourself, okay, so there's that box there, so this is all part of that same code there. That's where the table starts, that's where the table finishes. I can see the table opening, I can see where I've set the width and height, I can see the table closing. So sometimes you do just need to look a little bit closer and make sure that you get that absolutely correct. Okay, so that is the end of tutorial number 3, and once you've got that completed, the next step will be tutorial number 4, so come back when you've got that finished.